14. Thanks for joining me in the Conquering Overwhelm series. We are together on our journey, 21 days, a path to resilience. Thank you for joining me in this live series. If you don't have your Conquering Overwhelm workbook, there is a link in the description of this video where you are catching me on the 3X Less Stress YouTube channel or in the Live with Less Stress Facebook group. If you are on YouTube, but also on Facebook, and you're not in the Live with Less Stress Facebook group, I hope you will join us there. Would love to have you join us in the conversation where I share things a little more consistently, some of the memes that make me smile, some of the insights, some of my favorite methods for overcoming stress on the three aspects. 3X Less Stress is all about addressing the three aspects where we suffer or experience stress, those being physical, emotional, and environmental. So with this holistic approach, we can have a more empowered relationship with stress. And our journey here is laying the foundation. Also, with these short daily check-ins, it's helping us to reestablish this daily practice of checking in with ourselves. Reestablish, maybe establish for the first time. It's always something that is so powerful to come back to. It's easy for life to get in the way and break up this habit of self-care. And self-care doesn't have to be a triggering concept. It's not just a marketing ploy. We get to reclaim it. We get to make it what works for us. Self-care is any activity, any practice that helps you rest and restore yourself so that you feel nourished and replenished. So you can break the cycle of chronic stress. You can recover and be ready to meet whatever else life is going to serve up. We are in quite a season here in the States, and the holidays are creeping up around the corner. So what a beautiful time to put your well-being first. So thank you for making this time to join me today, whether you're catching me live or on the replay. I hope you will drop a comment and let me know how this is all landing for you. Now, I want to go ahead and share the screen. We'll pull up this workbook that we've been making our way through and take a look back because it is day 14. Thank you for being with me again. And today, sorry, that little shadow over the window there. And today we are going to review our progress from week 2. It's a great day to catch up if you mixed anything along the way. If you are jumping in midstream, I do encourage you to go back to the beginning and take these in order, but you can take them in whatever order you like. If you want to take a look through the book, whether you printed a physical copy, I have mine here. It's 40 beautiful pages. I tried not to use up all of your ink in the process. Or working online, you can save it as you fill these fillable fields and save your progress and keep coming back to it and building upon it. So a quick look back over where we have been this week. Let me review. I didn't have that exactly where I was in the sidebar. Is this where we were? We did. We started here with mindfulness. We spent a day using our 5 senses, the 5 senses method of checking in. Mindfulness doesn't have to look like a flawless meditation practice. It is something you can integrate throughout your day. In fact, if it looks more like that, it's going to serve you better. So day 9, we took a look at some different breathing exercises. Very important, knowing that we can use our physiology to change our stress response. So with breath, we can come out of the sympathetic, the fight or flight stress state and come back to parasympathetic balance, the rest or digest phase where our body wants to be. And there's journaling prompts as we go along. I hope you took that opportunity to reflect on your experience. We did progressive muscle relaxation. In the digital version of the workbook, there is a link where you can hear a recorded version of a progressive relaxation meditation. I did it in a different order in the recording, so you can even check in and Think about which one you like better. The written exercise takes you from your toes to the top of your head. The recorded version starts in the other direction, goes from your head down to your toes. In any case, it's really amazing practice, and you really literally feel tension draining away. I highly recommend if you haven't made time for that one yet. Day 11, we took a look at tactical breaks, how you can, again, bring self-care into your day in small installments that are going to work for you. Planning ahead what might work for you, how you can integrate that at work, at home, whether you have low energy or a little more energy. And then on day 12, we started a little check-in, again, to come back to our practice of noticing our mood, our energy level, connecting the dots a little bit on what we have been eating or drinking and how that all starts to create patterns. So that's a lovely daily practice if it is something that if you have something physical that you've been hoping to shift, maybe low energy in the afternoons, maybe irritability, maybe struggle with good sleep, taking note and tracking your daily practices, intakes, all of that can be really insightful. Even down to, I was trying to think of if it's intake, it is elimination, shall we say. Very insightful. And then yesterday, we wrapped up week 2 with positive reappraisal. And this, if this is a new idea for you, I do highly recommend taking a look at yesterday's replay. These replays will be available for a short time to give you an opportunity to catch up, but not indefinitely. So do make it a priority to keep coming back to this so that you can get the benefits of this series while it is available to you for free, because it will be available again in the future, but not for free. Because there's so much here. I keep hearing from people how helpful this is, how rich this is, and I know how much there is. I know how much we all need it right now. And I also deserve to be rewarded for my hard work. And so in the future, it will be a paid program, which I will love to feature again. So I invite you to take a look through this positive reappraisal at a situation that might have been difficult for you and reframe it. Looking back, rewrite the scene, letting you have the opportunity to respond more mindfully, to perhaps stand more in your power, to be more perceptive or receptive with the other people who are in that situation. We're not trying to ignore what happened. What we're doing here is kind of a dress rehearsal for how this situation could be handled differently so that you can, in your mind, very clearly and, with that clarity and really making it almost tactile with savoring the experience and bringing it in, you can feel more confident in your capacity to handle things differently in the future or to release emotional attachment with things that have passed. If there's a situation that you keep mulling over in your brain, that was something that I decided to work on, then this can be your invitation to let it go. And I shared in yesterday's sequence 2, the source of this it's an exercise I have worked through in doing the programs offered by Ariana Rollins. I shared her information. Her podcast, Mindful Manifesting, is terrific. And it's a powerful method, one of those tactical processes that helps you create the life you desire without the unseen limitations that often hold us back. Kind of the unspoken downside of manifestation is not recognizing the ways in which we can be holding ourselves back. It's one thing to paint a pretty picture. It's another thing to really release the baggage so that you can move forward. So it's day 14. I invite you to journal on what we've been through this week, or simply to do a bit of a brain dump. Just let yourself write. I encourage you to try to fill the page. Again, you can be writing on a blank page. You can use this fillable field. You can be keeping a journal perhaps in a digital document so it's accessible whenever you feel like writing and clearing the cache. when we write for more than just a few moments, we get to work through the top layers of what is bothering us, of what the monkey mind has been going on and on incessantly about. We get to drop below that surface and really get a better idea of what is lying underneath. And that is why throughout this workbook, I'm sharing these journal opportunities with you. And I do hope you take these opportunities to give yourself this room to explore and to sometimes surprise yourself at what is lying beneath the surface. So I'll go ahead and stop the share. That is where we are this week. I would love if, as we look back over the course of the week, if there was any exercise that stood out to you, anything that felt like a bit of a stretch or brought you an insight or an aha moment. I hope you'll share that with us in the comments. And in the week ahead, we are at the 2/3 mark. Congratulations and thank you for showing up for yourself throughout this series. In the week ahead, we're going to be taking a look at ways to fortify our social support. We're going to be coming back to the goals that we looked at in the first week and ways in which we can make them more actionable, more manageable. We're going to be looking at the foundations of health with a quick look over food, movement, and restful, healing sleep. And then we're going to take a look at what burnout looks like and how we can avoid or recover from it. Some tools that I've developed there in a pretty short and succinct format. And that will take us through the final leg of our series. So I want to thank you again for joining me along the way. Also, if you're not one that looks at the last page of the book, not that I would be that kind of person, but if you haven't looked ahead at the end of the notebook, it occurred to me today as I was looking ahead to tell us what lies in store, that I have some tools there that can be very helpful, that might be helpful in along the way. I'm sorry I didn't bring these to our attention earlier, but I have there a 21-day tracker so you can kind of make note of how this series is going for you. On another page, I have a 30-day tracker, so you can begin to track the habits that you are looking to instill. If checking in with yourself every day is helping you be more aware of your emotions and your triggers, helping you to recognize those situations when you're about to tip into overwhelm so that you can come back into balance. I do encourage you to keep this up and whatever method feels supportive for you. If that's daily journaling, if that's daily breathwork exercises, whatever format is going to be supportive and nurturing for you. There's a 30-day tracker, and there's also a wellness tracker on the last page. So if you got a lot out of this week's exercise of tracking your mood and energy levels, this is a more in-depth one page, again, that you can print up multiple copies of, and you can track how you're doing through the course of a full week on one page, just again, to kind of take a look at patterns and series and see how you are able to respond, how your resilience is holding up. So a couple of resources hidden away at the end of the notebook I wanted to bring to your attention before we go any further. I do welcome your questions. If there's anything I can respond to, I hope you will leave a comment there in the YouTube video or in the Facebook group. And I am wishing you a peaceful rest of your day. Happy Thursday. I hope you find a little bit of sunshine, a few moments to step out into nature, even if it is feeling chilly. Get in the sunshine, take a nice deep breath, welcome the day. Thank you for starting your day with me. I look forward to seeing you here online tomorrow. I will be back again at 9 a.m. Pacific. That is noon Eastern. And I look forward to seeing you then as we start week 3 together. Thank you so much for being with me. I'm wishing you a beautiful rest of your day. Until I see you again, take good care of yourself. I'll see you soon.